Alright, we back in the home. Let me see. That's it. Back in the Mount Shasta, home of the ancients book, edited by Valiant Thorpe. Let's keep it pushing. Where we left off at. Question. Okay, so we had some kind of war going on at that time. Okay, the answer. This from the Bonnie girl that's supposed to be from Mount Shasta, y'all. Right, the fourth race. We started to grade into the fifth race at the time the war started, approximately 25,000 years ago. At this time, Atlantis chose to break away. Where it at? Yeah, break away from the motherland Mu. Atlantis was getting more and more vindictive. They were living under the law of the one God. The Lemurians were the major race at this time, which had developed into the I don't even know if I'm saying this right. Uyghurs, the Nagamayans, and the Quetzals. The Quetzals at this time started leaving Lemuria in droves. Okay. Question. Where did they go? Answer. She says to North America. So we drifted with the continents when they shifted during this cataclysm. Then on top, then on to the Scandinavian countries. Some of them went south into Central and South America, and some of the descendants are still there. So that's where you get the Nagamayans in Mexico and stuff like that. Explorers have brought back records of white Indians. True. He put parentheses by true. Nah, this that bullshit I was telling y'all about. Wasn't no damn white Indians back then. Wasn't no white people period on the planet back then. This shit supposed to happen 25,000 years ago. Everybody know the Caucasians just got here like 6,000 years ago. We know this just based off common sense on how they word shit. New England, Newfoundland, New Zealand, New Hampshire, New Amsterdam, New York, New Jersey. Knew this because it was new to them because they had just got here on planet. So this the bullshit I was telling y'all about from the beginning. That's why I had to make sure to show y'all the original paintings of what the Nagamayans look like over here in North America and in South America or Mexico or whatever, y'all get what I'm saying. Now, let's keep going. We just had to get rid of the bullshit because we knew some bullshit was coming. I knew some bullshit was coming before I even read this shit. Okay, but now, where we at? Question. Do you know who Quetzalcoatl? Do you know who Quetzalcoatl and Vera's culture were? Quetzalcoatl was Venetian. Okay, now that's questionable too. Because many of the scholars have confirmed or they say that Quetzalcoatl was thought the Atlantean. Okay? Well, hey, who knows? Let's keep it going. Veracocha was a Lemurian high priest who went to South America upon the destruction of Lemuria. Question. What sent Lemuria to the bottom? Okay, this is the question. A war or a natural catastrophe? The answer that this bunny, supposedly Lemurian girl gives him, it was the blowing out of the arching gas chambers. When the earth was forming, huge gas pockets were formed. Cavities within the earth, some of which were just a few feet wide, but thousands of miles long. The scientists started detecting the weakening of the arcing gas chambers on their instruments. This was about 15,000 years ago, and at that time, the Earth's magnetic field was getting very erratic. Okay. See, this the shit I be talking about. This supposed 15,000 years ago, and yet it's talking about fucking white Indians. Man, stop the bullshit. One no such thing as no fucking white Indians. Because the $5 Indian shit took place when they stole our identity. That was 125 years ago. Through the Dawes Rolls Act. That shit just took place. So what the fuck is they talking about between 50,000 years ago and 25,000 years ago? A fucking white Indian was on the earth. Stop the bullshit. Anyway, they always trying to paint themselves, add themselves in history when they know fucking well they wasn't nowhere to be found on the scene. Damn, you gotta put that white supremacy shit somewhere in there. Culture, motherfuckers, culture vultures, identity thieving ass people. Now let's keep it pushing. So I got a point. Certain things I got to point out to y'all so y'all can understand what we dealing with, and then we can digest the rest of stuff that feels right with our spirit. Now let's go. Nah, where was I for the bullshit hit? Question: did you have contact with extraterrestrials at that time? Answer: at that time, we were still in contact with the Federation. Lemuria and Atlantis were both members of the Federation. Question: did they have air travel and space travel? Answer: yes, they did. Atlantis and Lemuria could both travel to other planets. Okay, question: what was the name of the king of Atlantis at that time? The answer is, she says, Kronos. Goddamn. Okay, Kronos, she say. Question: what was the name of the king of Lemuria at that time? Answer: Triton was one of his names. Now, I done heard of the name Triton before. Okay? And I ain't talking about no Triton like no chewing gum. I done heard of the name Triton before. I don't know where I heard of that, but I done heard that name. The high priest was called Ramu. Question: and your father is now? Answer: she says, a Ramu. Now let's slide on over here. Now, question: what is it that destroyed Atlantis? The answer was, after the destruction of Lemuria, which was caused by a natural catastrophe, for a long time, the planet was unstable for about 200 or 300 years. The pyramids were built before the destruction of Lemuria. Yeah, we already know that. They've been confirmed that the pyramids were built way before ancient Egypt. Okay, pyramids was already built all around the planet, on every landmass. Okay, let's keep going. At this time, the pyramids were built before the destruction of Lemuria. Okay, I read that. At this time, the Atlanteans were becoming difficult, and several of them who believed in the law of one did not care for what the scientists were doing. The scientists were experimenting with monster crystals that had unbelievable power. I hadn't read about this part too before in other books, so it might be some validity to these crystals. Now, question: were there any biological experiments like cloning or with DNA? Oh, shit. Answer: yes, there were. This had been going on for hundreds of years. By that time, they were using the things as their slaves. Some people left Atlantis at this time and came to Mount Shasta, where the Lemurians had built a city called Telos. Now, whom are these slaves that they was building using, doing cloning? This could have been that 200,000 years ago thing, or this could have been an Anunnaki coming and, because this could have been after where they was coming, steady re-engineering us, genetically re-engineering us, so possible. Now, question. Now the Atlanteans started experimenting with huge crystals. Were these the fire crystals? Answer, yes. They generated by cosmic energy. They were generated. I'm going to say they were generated by cosmic energy. And it is the cut of the crystal which causes the generation wavelength. So it's a certain way you cut it? It draws out of the atmosphere the energy and generates it into a high force and higher vibration. It has no moving parts. The crystal has an inner fire. They change colors. The crystals the Atlanteans used built up energy they could not control. Question. Is this the secret of the power source on flying saucers? Answer. Yes, a lot of it is crystals, particularly atmospheric vehicles. Particularly the atmospheric vehicles. The planet-to-planet vehicles are driven by an ion mercury engine. Spaceships can reach speeds way beyond light. They can enter hyperspace. You generate into the fourth dimension. This is controlled by an onboard computer that takes you into and out of hyperspace. I'll be damned. I know this is a simplification. When you're on a ship going into hyperspace, you will hear this vibration and a loud screaming sound when you enter. Then you will hear nothing. I have had many correlations on this data, and I am researching it further toward a comprehensive theory of space travel. Question. Do you travel between galaxies? Yes. That is usually when you enter hyperspace, when you are going far distance. That was the answer. Question. Have you heard stories of an advanced being out there? Answer. Yes. They are near the center of the universe. Question. What is at the center? Answer. We call it the seat of God, the generation of energy. This could be the source. Question. Can anyone go there? Answer. In the bodies we are in, it is hard to go near there. In the astral, it's possible. Note, she calls God Tamil. Shit, I'd rather call God Tamil than what the hell people calling them today. At least they were more in tune with source than we are today. Shit. So we should just call them Tamil too. I don't see why not. Now, question. Now back to Atlantis. How did it get destroyed? I thought she already answered that damn question for this slow-minded ass person. Anyway, answer. Atlantis was taking pot shots at their crystals at China. China was still a fairly strong colony of Lemuria. I'll be damned. China was a part of Lemuria and refused to come under Atlantean domination. At that time, Atlantis was trying to dominate the world. It sounds like America. And they didn't dare pick on the hyper being in the Earth's center. During the last change in the poles, the entrances were inaccessible because of the new ice and cloud cover. Atlanteans had set up colonies in Egypt. Rata was the most famous of the high priests at that time. Rata, whoever that is, that's probably Tho the Atlantean. Okay. Atlanteans, Lemurians, and extraterrestrials built the pyramids as they knew they were needed to stabilize the planet during the coming. I don't know what the hell this damn phone glitching like that for. The coming cataclysms. The pyramid and the Mata Grosso in Brazil still hasn't been found. That was built using radioactive paste. Sound was used to levitate the stone blocks. Okay. Let's keep it pushing. Now they saying that we're gonna run this back one more time. Hold up, y'all. We ain't gonna let this one slide by. So the pyramids were built by the Atlantean, Lemurians, and extraterrestrials. So it was a galactic family. It was a galactic federation. Everybody played a part in it. That's what you call teamwork. Galactic teamwork. Now, question. Now on the destruction itself. The Atlanteans were taking pot shots. Okay, taking pot shots at China. And they were using a form of vibrating crystal rays of certain elements in the atmosphere and bouncing them off satellites in orbit around Earth. This almost sounds like some harp type shit. Okay, but anyway, at this time Earth had 2 moons. One of them was taken out of its course by the Atlanteans. The smaller moon. Wait a minute, where I'm at. Yup, the smaller moon. They were vibrating the rays of the crystal higher and higher, and hoping to direct the small moon as a missile aimed at China and India. The Atlanteans' major crystal was locked near Bimini, and they could not control it as the force went higher and higher, and the moon plunged to the earth and split in two and fell on the heads of the Atlanteans themselves, bringing about their final destruction. God damn. Shit. I ain't never heard this story before. It is commonly accepted by experts on Atlantis that the destruction of the Atlantic continent took place in 3 stages. The first 2 stages rent the continent, breaking it apart into a group of large islands, the largest being Poseidon. The final destruction was caused by a comet moon, which fell from the sky, submerging the remaining islands completely in the midst of volcanic upheavals and tidal waves. God damn. This some interesting shit. Now, let's recap. One thing that we learned is that the original Native Americans are direct descendants of Lemuria and possibly Atlantis. Not only that, Mutu. These are the original inhabitants that live in America that was reclassified as mulatto, colored, Negro, African American, or just black today. About 85 or 80% of so-called black people in America are direct descendants of the Lemurians. Okay? Because it tells you about the Red Indians. Now, the Red Indian, he trying to say are the descendants of the Lemurians. We already got that established, y'all. Now, that's some more stuff over here. But I ain't going to get into this. I wanted to get in what, some key points. Okay? I'm going to read a few more little things here. We're going to call it a quit on this one. But I basically got what I wanted to get at so y'all can understand about these ancient Lemurians. Okay? Now I'm going to end it right there. Until next time, may the force be with y'all. Peace.